I guess tell me what was your. I mean, you've been in the studio in a million different scenarios. I guess I wanted to hear more. Like, I've said so much about my experience with you. I think here as much as you want to talk about it, or you want to
Yeah.
remember moments and.
Well, the physical place was good. It's always important. The location, Earth Star, was basically an organic field. Just being there in West LA and Venice, contributed to the vibes. And the owner and the way he set it up, and
John X, yeah.
that's important. So you're not uptight and you're loose, and so you're having a good time. So you basically, it's hard to lose in a situation like that if you've got the material already, the hard work's already done before you go in the studio, which you guys already had done. You guys had already established all the guidelines, the verse, course, the roadmaps were already put together. So
Yeah.
all we had to do was just, make it real, come to life.
Yeah. Do you remember the one that wasn't finished was the collar of my shirt? Do you remember that one? And it was a shorter song, and you were kind of like, I think it's not finished. And then we wrote the end of that day, and that
Yeah.
might be one of my favorite parts of the record is that real quick second half of that song that which you kind
Yeah,
of wrote.
well,
The
that exposed to a little bit of a different part of your personality because I don't know if you've done that type of thing before, but you kind of let go and
Mhm.
and exposed yourself there, which I thought was great, and the song was then long enough, but
Yeah.
yeah,
I've been saying that was you were like you did. I mean, part of the intention of me doing covers and also to work with you was to sort of learn other song forms and other ways of recording and you brought all that, but then on that you were pushed. Yeah, most of the songs were written, arrangements were more or less done, except for all the organ and all the stuff that Andrew Bird and all the backing vocalists and everything. But the
yeah,
the basics, the
yeah.
basic roadmaps of the song. But that one was like, no, you pushed me out on some branches, and that was just so. And I didn't even really, I wasn't really thinking when I wrote that part or the melodies. I was just in that sort of really comfortable zone. Because the music was so good and like you said, the studio was so environment. It was so comfortable. I was able to like quickly just continue and I didn't have to like plug into anything. I was already plugged in, and you just kept it going for a while.
I have to say, I think you hired a cadre of great arrangers for that album. All the people that you hired to do the arrangements were really good and really spontaneous and creative in the moment, and open for criticism.
Well, I mean, you talk about the arrangers. I mean, like I said, the basic roadmaps of the songs were worked out with myself and whoever I wrote it with, and on this is
Yeah,
like 10 different people, but then Andrew Bird and Mickey Raphael, and then Kyle Resnick and Ben Lands came in with regard to sort of strings and horns and harmonica, and they kind of did their own thing. And then
yeah.
Gail Ann Dorsey even kind of did her own thing melodically, and especially on some of the covers. So it wasn't like any of that stuff was arranged in a laboratory. It was sort of arranged. Those arrangements were done spontaneously, kind of without being written.
Really. Hmm.
Does that make sense to you? Like I didn't.
Well, it's news to me. I mean, it's fine. I thought everything had been kind of put together.
No, I mean, like Mickey Raphael, all his parts, and he just was, he
Oh
was
yeah,
doing,
yeah. He
and same with the horns and
that was a great suggestion, and the vibe that Mickey gave the album is his low harps, his high harps, his
yeah,
he plays different keys. Yeah. Mhm.
yeah. Do you remember? Here's a moment I remember. Do you remember when I can't remember which song it was, but Mickey laid down this incredible, all from the soul uh, solo, harmonical solo, and he did it once, and he came in and he just stopped and he sat down and he's like that's the one, and you were nodding, you knew too. He didn't have to do it twice, and then he kind of took a beat and he's like that was personal. for me, what was so important about you is that all these different writers bringing in all these different types of, because anytime I write with anybody, it's just naturally, it's like having a child with a different partner. You know, that the song just has its own. So, for example, like the songs I write with Brent, who wrote All for Nothing on this, and that song Witches, which isn't on there. He and I write very differently than I do with Mike Brewer or Hayden or Walter. And so all of these songs that I brought into you were orphans from different sort of families, but I wanted this record to feel like they were all part of the same family. And so I feel like that's kind of what you did with Stardust, meaning all these different kind of songs from different writers, but that album sounds like Willie Nelson. It doesn't, even though he didn't write a word of that. You know what I'm saying? You made
Yeah,
everything feel like it was part of the same DNA.
they joined the same family in a way. We're speaking. That's great to hear. I'm glad you thought I did that with it. Brought them into the same genre.